Hey, this is Will. I'm doing a review on the Marshall pack that my 2019 Marshall pack that my wife bought me this Christmas. There's some things that are really a failure, and I kind of want to point them out. I won't never say that to my wife because sweet person, she bought me this, and she was trying to do me a favor. Being 59 years old, she was afraid that my back and everything might get wore out, so she was being sweet and said, "I'm gonna get this pack. They say it sounds pretty good." So. The 2019 version, though, has some major flaws, and let me point out what some of them and point out some of the good points. But mostly this right here, the waist belt design, goes across and it pulls and has a front pull, but instead of putting MOLLE attachment on the sides, they left this belt to pull in a C kind of configuration, do like a C clamp around your waist. Well, the problem is you try to put a pouch on it, which I did. I bought these stitka pouches, and I'll explain that in a minute. But it creates a problem and causes it to loosen up as you're walking. So I called Mr. Ranch. They say, "Oh, we got these sleeves we can sell you. They're 25 bucks a piece, so 55 bucks more, and you can have some sleeves that slide over it apparently, and you can have MOLLE attachment on the outside. You can attach your pouches." So I went and forked out another 55 bucks, and didn't really tell my wife why. Just saying I'm adding an accessory. It's really not a good design. I know the 2020 pack, they've changed all this stuff, and they apparently figured it out. Thank you for that, Mr. Ranch. Did they release this stuff without testing it? They just come up with the concept and then throw it out there? I mean, even Gerber field tests their knives for like 3 years before they throw them out there. But it seems to me like they just threw this out there without testing it. And the new one now has a 5-point belt, has pads here where you need it, because if you're an older person like me, or even a younger person, has no arse, it has a tendency to slide down on you. I found when I was practicing with this, anytime you get over 100 pounds, she starts coming down on you. And I had the yoke properly adjusted, which, by the way, I do like the yoke system that the guy designed. That works great. Okay, I adjusted properly to height. It fits great. However, it still wants to come down and pull my pants down every time you get a heavy load on it. It bites in where it shouldn't. These pouch things are a problem. Like I said, I'm going to try the sleeves. When I get them, I'll come back and let you know what I think about them. The stitka pouches were pretty good, except whoever designed their MOLLE didn't know how to design MOLLE. Either you put a snap on it, and if they didn't want to do a snap, I know they're on the Velcro because it's loud, but everyone that designs MOLLE always puts either a snap or something. If you're going to do the slide under type, which they're trying to do here, they should reinforce this last 3/4 of the strap, so that when you tuck it underneath here on the very end when you're done, it holds on itself, so that when the pack is full and you let go of the pack, it holds it in there and won't pull out. With as flimsy as they made it, it keeps pulling out, so I had to crisscross some flexi ties on it to hold them because they kept coming off on this belt. And you've got to keep it on this belt so it moves, because the belt has to tighten to the waist belt in order to make it lock around your waist. So what I did is I added, my buddy Tactical Tailor, next arm buddy, makes these plastic rubber things for their MOLLE system, and I attach it. It still works. It allows it to move and slide through when you adjust it. And I just put one on there on each side I had some extras. I put them on there for a safety thing because it kept coming loose. So I went and did that. That seems to work really well. Other than that, I like the sticker pouch. It's not worth 35 bucks, but I do like it. It matches. That was the main thing. I don't like no fashion felonies. Kind of stupid that way, but other than that, I like the pouch. They need to redesign this end of the MOLLE straps, make it even up here where it comes out. It shouldn't be a 1/4-inch gap here. It should be right with the top of the MOLLE. There's a bunch of companies on to make MOLLE. They should look into that. Other than that, it's a pretty good pouch. Getting back to the pack here, I do like that they put this webbing attachments on the bottom, so I could put my I put Evler stock straps on there. Put 3 of them so I can attach my tent to the bottom of the pack. I do like the sleeping bag attachment. I got a 10-degree bag in there in a bivvy, and it is stuffed. Let me tell you, it barely fits, but it does fit. I'm out of the stick-it. The way I did the stick-it is I attach it here to this point on the very bottom where there's no room for any other attachment. So that's a great place to attach the stick-it. I attach it there to the first little tab that comes out. Then I ran it up on top and attached it into the first accessory attachment point. You have 2 accessory straps that come with the pouch, and there's 3 attachment points, down the pack. And so what I did was I put my 2 accessory straps across here to help me grab the pack when I want to lift it in 2 places from the back. And that works out pretty good. I don't like the torpedo pouches, which now I hear in 2020 they improved them. If you've got a 65 millimeter or larger spotting scope with an angled lens, you're going to not be able to get it in there. They're too small. So they went, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and change that. Maybe we should have thought about that before we released it. And great business plan. Let's release everything. Let the civilians out there test them. And you know what? Then we make money in the same process. Yeah, it works for you, not for me. This is my pack for 10 years, so I'm stuck with it. You know, with 4 daughters at college, you know, my wife bought it for me thinking it was a great thing, and I can't tell her it's not that great. It's comfortable, but any pack is comfortable, you know, when you're under 60 pounds. Once you start getting over 60 pounds, you find out what the pack's made of. And I know they improved some of the things on it, but as you're moving, and I put 105 pounds in it, the forward pull starts coming loose, and I don't know if it's, you know, aggravated by these pouches on there, or it's just the constant movement from your waist belt flexing, you know, with the weight and pulling down on you. But you have to keep readjusting. I understand now that they're putting locking buckles like they have on the rest of the pack, where they actually lock down and you have to unlock them. That's a great buckle. I love that. And I guess now they're putting them on here. Great. Thank you for that. You know, it would have been nice if you guys would have field tested that first. I know that Mr. Ranch gives a lot of these packs away. That's why I'm kind of ranting. They give them away to these professional hunter guys, and I'm thinking, do these guys actually really, truly test the new pack, this new one, what I guess is called the Guide Light when it came out? Or did they just throw them on the back of a llama and take them out and say, walk a mile and say, yeah, these work great? You know, I don't know. You know, I'm not too privy to new packs. My wife decided to buy me one because she was worried about me and my back being 59 and all. But so this is my pack until probably the last pack forever for me. And it's sad that they didn't do a better job of designing it the first time around. All in all, you know, it's going to have to do. I think they could have done a better job, though, and I think that's what the 2020 pack is. They finally decide, okay, let's fix these things people have probably been complaining about. I think it's sad I got to pay another $25 just to get these slide-on sleeves. They're supposed to be in the mail here today that you can attach pouches with, so I'll attach these stitka pouches. You know, I probably have to do it with that because they didn't do a very good job on their MOLLE. You know, what can you say? Some people just design stuff and don't really have a clue what they're doing. But 20 years in the military, I can tell you I've put on a lot of MOLLE and done a lot of different pouches, and you see everyone, either they put snaps on. If you want to do snaps, Velcro you don't want because it's noisy, but you can reinforce it and it slides back under itself into the last slot, and it holds pressure on itself. You did it right. That's all it would take. Just reinforce these ends, stitka, and you'll get that right. That's my review on the Marshall pack. Hope it wasn't too much ranting, but like I say, when you... Oh, one more thing I want to add. When you put your rifle in here, I tested with my rifle in it, walking around the neighborhood, walking over creeks and whatnot, just to test it. You'll find that when you have the load pack in here, your rifle will have a tendency, when you go up and down hills, will move around and slide and can slide forward. The bigger the load pack in, the more or less you have. So what I found out you can do as a little tip, I don't know if maybe other people figured this out already, but I took the accessory strap from the top, I run it back around underneath the weapon and then come back over, and I snap it back into the other accessory strap right here. Just unbuckle it, snap it in, and it works kind of like a loop around the weapon. So besides these holding the weapon, this holds the weapon tight to the pack portion, the back portion of the pack, pulling against this, and it keeps the weapon pretty snug so it doesn't go banging around or smack you in the back of the head. I found that works pretty well because I guess they didn't think about that when they thought about the load pack. If you're having a weapon rifle on the side, it will have a tendency to fall forward because there's nothing at top holding it. So by using the accessory strap, looping it underneath and around your weapon, around the stock, and then back to the other accessory strap point or to the other strap, it seems to work pretty well. That's it. If you guys got any suggestions, anything like that, feel free to post a comment on it. But that's my last pack for me. But disappointed. Won't tell the wife that she's a sweet person. She went out of her way to get this for me. Spent more than I wanted to spend on it, and this is it. So if you're going to buy a pack, you're lucky if you buy 2020 because they're a good pack from what I understand. They've actually upgraded them. If you're one of the poor souls like me, you happen to get the 2019, they're closing out, which is still we're not very cheap closing them out even. You're going to get stuck with an inferior belt system and not be happy. But anyway, that's my video, and thanks for watching.